kick things off, I will start with a scene you are all sharing together but individually viewing. If we would like to start by giving your character's name and clan, as well as how they appear as they walk across this garden, starting with Kit.
All right. Um, Kit, or also as Katerina Romanova, is a Tremere. She is a 5'3" young girl, or appears young in her mid-20s, with two buns. I was gonna call them space buns in a way. Up in her hair, bangs, almost blonde with some reddish tints. A pair of sunglasses, wearing what you could pretty much describe as a hippie goth attire. Nice long black cardigan with spider webs. What you could consider the I'm just gonna call it the kilt patterning. I cannot remember the actual name of it.
Mm-hmm.
Type of design, tank top, and just black skinny jeans ripped up with some what looks like outdoor work boots. Can't really tell. They're very mucked up with mud and other things you can't really see or tell from a distance.
Okay. So, Kit walking across this garden or courtyard or park. What in a park would catch your attention most?
If it wasn't a cloudy night, the moon.
There, so Kit just walking across the garden of the park, just looking up at the stars and the open moon as the moonlight lights and illuminates the park. Noted. Silas, if you want to introduce your character's name, your clan, and how you are dressed. Cowboy.
Oh,
Yeah, if you want to introduce. Yeah.
My name is Silas Warren. I am a Toreador, and he is dressed as he normally dressed. He's got a trench coat, long brown trench coat, a silver kind of cardigan sweater underneath, black dress pants, and some sensible shoes. He's walking across the garden with his face into it in his phone, not really paying attention to where he's walking. He's involved with his phone like he normally is, and he accidentally isn't watching where he's going, walks into a bench.
Just walking along, like clipping the side of your your right leg on your knee. You clip it onto the bench, and, move to the side. Are you sticking along the path or walking across the grass at any time?
He's walking across the grass. He doesn't really care for rules and regulations.
Okay. If you would like, could you make a awareness? I'd say awareness charisma.
Ooh.
Roll for me.
Oh.
Okay. 1 second. I don't even have my character sheet up yet. There we go.
Yep. So awareness, charisma.
Yep.
2 successes.
Yep. 2 successes. You so much walk along the grass and the courtyard. You come to the conclusion that the garden is a stage for you. It's a scene for you. Everything in this area is perfectly manufactured and choreographed. You are the single actor prancing around the stage, though you cannot see where the cameras are. You know any eyes would clearly be on you. As you skip, dance along, caring where you tread, but not paying mind to what's beneath your feet.
What is this fourth wall breaking bullshit?
And that's where we will leave you. Josephine, you will appear in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to introduce your name, your clan, and how you are dressed.
Mm-hmm. So, one question. This is not public, right? We are currently meeting other kindred, which means that, no purpose in hiding my band, but we are in public, so I probably should have something to hide it, correct?
You are in a garden, or courtyard, or park, alone. You see no other people.
Alone. Huh.
Perhaps it is a time to walk across and show the real you. Introduce yourself to the world.
All right. Glancing across this like park with like a sort of careful, precise gaze, after analyzing that there doesn't seem to be a single soul around, the stunning and like lithe figure kind of takes her hand and hooks under the bit of her nun headband and kind of pulls up, revealing a third eye that is her, essentially her branding as a Celebri. And as she pulls it up, it seems to clearly and precisely kind of gauge other areas as she gets used to, for a few moments, the new perception, as it can be a little bit jarring, especially for new Celebri, though she's gotten used to it, to like get used to the sort of perspective shift that comes when you have your third eye out, right? So besides that, she kind of has her braided brunette hair. She's got 3 green eyes, and has a sort of like loving innocence to her as she carefully and deliberately walks the path, knowing it is quite impolite and unnecessary to, prance along the grass like that. I mean, as Kit mentioned, the moon's out. I think that her third eye will be gazing a little bit longingly at the moon.
Also, yes, do not worry about whether or not you feel like you didn't do this wrong. There will be other opportunities.
I'm still getting used to being called on first the last couple of times you've done this, so it's taken me a few times, but I've done better.
You did better. I think you both did fine.
Yes.
I don't know why.
But yes, Josephine, sticking to the path. The path is stone. It is well paved. It is clean. The lamps are well illuminated. The garden appears well kept, many flowers blooming. Every statue is clean and pristine. This is a well kept and maintained garden.
Mm-hmm.
Mel,
I'm sorry.
is there anything else you would like to try?
I mean, if there is any sort of religious symbolism and or like statues, I think she'd give them a quick prayer, but otherwise, I think she'd continue down the stone path.
You wish to pay your respects?
Yes.
Charisma performance
Oh.
or etiquette?
Charisma etiquette. She's not particularly good at either of those things.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
Are there topiaries? That's what I wanted to ask.
What?
Are there topiaries in this garden?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'm assuming I have no additions because while I do have Ingenue and Stunning, I don't think it applies to the situation. Just making sure though.
No bonuses, no nothing. You go.
Okay. Ooh. Possible bestial failure. Hold on, let me take out. That's really interesting. Let's get that cheat up so I can kind of figure out what that means.
What your bestial failure is?
Yeah, my bestial
Your-
failure or etiquette.
Your beast cries to you of, don't you dare show respect to this place. Whoever made this garden is unworthy of your respect.
I huff in a bit of a frustrated distraction as I'm just not
No.
able to Oh,
How dare you of our Celebri kin dare pay respect to such heretical architecture?
we have made a solemn vow to attempt to see the good in all of the things around us, regardless of its origin, nor of our opinion of it. It does mean that she does fail this sort of etiquette, and she's frustrated because she just can't seem to get in the correct mind
Like
space.
you're
with
there,
this
you
pestering her.
see like some of the roses that are on one of the statues, and you gotta like shift it to the side, but you catch yourself on the foot and then pull away, pull in such a way that you break the stem of the rose. And we'll leave you at that. Melissa. If you would like to introduce your name, clan, and how you would walk across a garden.
I am Melissa Romani of Ravnos. She is about 5'8", long blonde hair, blue eyes, cute little hairpin stuck in her hair. Simple blue sweater, nice brown sweatpants, a little white tank top underneath. At her side is her trusty little purse. And honestly, she'd be rather bored walking through the garden, quickly trying to find the highest tree or vantage point she could find and just start climbing.
Nothing catches your fancy?
No? I'm an adrenaline junkie to the core. I want to get some fun. I want to feel the rush of the wind in my hair, the pull of gravity from such an immense height.
Roll a strength athletics.
No, hold on. Fuck that up. And then I go to here.
Yep. So you begin just leaping, soaring up the tree, grabbing branch to branch. you can clearly see in front of you that this is an apple tree you're climbing. There is fruit that looks ripe.
Such a shame a vampire cannot eat such. Damn, these are good-looking apples.
Yes, they're enticing. The apples actually call for you to reach out and pluck.
No one's around to stop me. Why not? I'll take one.
The apple is firm in your hand. It looks juicy. You could crush it and release the juice and seeds to the ground. Or, roll a wits and... Actually, no. Roll willpower.
Oh.
So if you just click willpower, I'll give you the option to roll. I'll also untick your spent willpower.
Ooh, right.
Because all of you will have cleared willpower based on either your composure or resolve, whichever
Okay,
is
then.
highest.
Let me reroll that willpower because I didn't
Yeah, that's
untick
fine.
before
I'll
then.
allow it.
2 successes.
You feel the urge to take a bite out of the apple.
Probably not the smartest for a kindred.
But you do so anyway. You take the bite out of the apple, and for a brief moment, you are on 0 hunger now. You
This
feel
feels nice.
as if you never had the hunger to begin with. As if such a thing as needing to feed on the blood of others was everything that you needed to do. You could have just, if only you could just gain some sustenance from biting down on a single apple every night.
That would be nice.
Yep. And then, last but not least, Penelope, if you would like to introduce yourself, your clan, and how you would walk across the garden.
I am Penelope. I am a 5-foot stout Louisiana woman. I would, seeing that no one else is around, would act far more relaxed and would probably just run through the area, just enjoying the nature.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the nature around her would help relax her, help remind her a little bit of home.
Okay. Let's have you roll awareness dexterity. See where you at if you're taking care of what you're treading or running through.
Jeez.
Oh, nope.
Running through, you are like, again, you are also someone who is just running up from trees, but instead of running to the very top, you are just running up, climbing off the first branch and then leaping off, throwing yourself back onto the ground, rolling around even. Not a care in the world.
Very much in line with her gangrel clan.
Yes. Even like the moment you hit the ground, your claws dig into the earth. The garden is just another forest to you. It is a place of mere navigation, not of aesthetically pleasing values. Much like how it was with Silas, this is just a stage for you. This is just a play area for you. You don't care for the place. It is just either a place to illuminate your needs or a place of traversal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this final scene, you all lay witness to it in your own way as you look around the gardens with your final awareness or haziness of whether or not you've came to the conclusion of what this place is. The roses and thorns and vines gather around. They twist and turn and wrap themselves around the statues of the park. Crack. And you all awake from your daily slumber.
That's what I figured.
So, I want everyone to make a single rouse check.
All right, guys, it's time for me to fail my first one.
Hey!
Let's go!
We did it! We did it!
Oh god!
Oh no.
Watch.
Failure for real.
Everyone failed!
Yes, now, Melissa and Josephine, roll another rouse check.
What?
Oh.
Why?
You, Melissa, wake up, the taste of apple in your mouth
Missed this.
was there for like a split second until you felt the taste of, you felt like you weren't biting onto an apple, but you were biting onto human flesh. And then the hunger came back. Josephine,
Oh no.
you feel the burning sensation where you pricked your finger on the thorn bush, on the rose.
Ow.
It was warm for just a second and then it subsides. A simple whisper in your ear. You can thank me later. As your beast is very on edge. Everyone else, you can just write it off as a dream. Interpret it as you wish.
No. I doubt so.
It was once a very human thing to process current events with dreams, though kindred don't need to dream. Well, they can. It's not something that they require.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. And I feel like Josephine's kind of very in touch with her beast. So hearing it stirred is enough to tell her that's not just a dream. It feels a little too real.
Yep.
I feel like Melissa would probably write it off as a dream, as longing to be human again.
What could this mean?
Silas would be kind of shocked. He's never really dreamed before. His slumbers are quite uneventful.
I do think that if after this situation occurred, I think the first thing I would want to do is check on Penelope, because whenever things get worrying, I worry about the fact that she's been having some trouble with her beast recently.
Mm-hmm. So, while you would usually share a room at this time, you no longer share a room.
Mm-hmm. That was Father Jacob's recommendation, correct?
Yep. You are now in separate sides of the church's basement right now. You were the one who had your room moved, Josephine.
Mm-hmm.
So this room has the smell of gunpowder. That's very thick.
It's probably Jacob's, or maybe perhaps it wouldn't be Penelope because we live in the same room, so it's probably Jacob's then. He was wont to use gunpowder in a previous life, from what I remember. Yeah, I mean, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peek out and see if anyone's awake. And if no one's awake, I'll go check on Penelope because I'm worried.
Yep. Penelope, let's have you check on Penelope. How's Penelope right now?
Penelope is waking up fairly happy, though her beast is a little too active for her right now.
Mm-hmm.
She would be up and fairly active, getting ready for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Changing out from the ammunition that sadly ended someone last time to a more less than lethal round.
Mm-hmm. I guess, given her flaws and how she approaches things, I think all she could do is lightly approach the door and a very distinct knock.
Penelope would wonder who it is, probably smell that it's Josephine, and immediately go to the door.
Jesus. Yeah, so Josephine looks perturbed. That normal glowing complexion is still glowing, mind you. But there's a look of contemplation on her face. Like she's parsing information that she cannot quite wrap her head around, which is usually something that's a little bit hard for her because, she's pretty smart. I guess I'll glance at you and be like, did you sleep well, Penelope?
I did. You seemed that you didn't, though.
I had an odd dream.
That's weird. What happened?
A garden. When I went to worship the passenger of darkness wished to take more control in the situation. It caused me to nick my hand.
Well, are you okay?
I mean, I'm gonna look at my hand in real life.
There is no cut.
Yeah, there's no cut. You're like, it was a mental prick, but it does feel as if someone was trying to communicate something to me.
Mm-hmm.
What have you? You sleep as well?
I had a similar dream, except it was far nicer. Running through a park or forest or something.
If I were to describe the park to Penelope now, would it be the same park or would it be a different park?
Everyone's garden would have looked different.
Okay. So yeah, perhaps it was a dream, but perhaps it was some sort of message from our Lord. Who knows?
Perhaps.
How have you been managing your urges, Penelope?
Well, for now. Hopefully better than last time.
Well, it is time to redress myself. I'm gonna need your assistance with the bandages.
That.
I take it you can control yourself?
Yes.
Good.
Okay. So while you two are doing that, who would like to go next if they're waking up? If there's anything they want to do?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So, Solace rouses from his slumber, does his normal routine. Except there's something quite different now when he wakes up. He's noticed that he's undressed himself, which is strange for him because he never undresses himself before he goes to bed. He normally just passes out, sleeps.
Mm-hmm.
This time he's in pajamas, and he can't quite figure out why. He goes to pick up his clothes that he previously wore and finds they're completely drenched in blood. And he doesn't know why. He has no recollection or memory of getting blood on them.
Well, the first question should be: is this truly Silas's apartment?
Yes.
Yes. Does Silas remember the events of the previous night?
He remembers the dream. Brief flashes of it. So he kind of just shrugs it off. Wonders if his roommate has been playing tricks on him again. And goes to put a pot of coffee on. Hoping to check his phone, see if he has any messages from his sire. Checks his stock portfolio. And turns on the news to see what has been going on during the daytime.
Okay. So, give me a second. So, the roasting the coffee, is it something just for sensory stimulation? Or do you attempt to try and taste the coffee?
He drinks coffee, but he only drinks it for the caffeine intake. He doesn't really drink it for taste or sustenance.
Or like the smell.
Yes. But he also likes the caffeine.
Yeah, you feel like the caffeine, similar to how you still have that nicotine fix.
Pretty much, yeah.
Takes the edge off slightly, but never as like satisfying as it is to taste the iron in someone's blood as it goes in your mouth. Yes. Certainly simpler times of needing coffee and cigarettes and hearing the occasional, those things will kill you one day, as you look at them.
Silas is a cigar smoker, by the way.
Yes.
He doesn't deal with those pitiful peasant sticks.
Yep.
Peasant sticks.
You probably smoke just regular Cubans.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't realize
they
nicotine injections meant you were vain.
And the band is made from a gold leaf. He gets them imported.
Noted. Now, on your phone, there's no missed calls from your sire. You do have some scheduled pop-ups of a planned visit to watch some of the student films at the local college one night. It is probably labeled.
Who was the tavern owner again? What was her name?
The tavern owner of the brewery
Yes.
is Francine.
Okay. He had sent a text to Francine the earlier night.
As for what is on the news, the docks are still closed down, pending some form of terrorist attack or ensuing gang violence happened at the docks that's caused them to close down the whole of the dock area with increasing its security to make sure that this doesn't interrupt with shipping routines. However, a single ship has not yet left and remains docked while other ships continue their business. There are news of casualties who are still in the hospital at this time. A specific man who apparently went to the hospital after his throat was cut. And
That's a shame.
is awaiting to awaken, who is currently comatose and waiting to awake for police questioning.
Okay. So, Silas's message to Francine was about an inquiry of procuring a ball of Dom Perignon for himself. And
Gotcha.
that's pretty much it.
Okay.
That does it for me. So, whoever's
Give me a
next.
second. Let me just roll to see how that was. Okay. Noted. If you can message me the brand of that cigar. So I can make a more accurate note of it.
Okay.
How was Melissa, what's Melissa's response to all of this?
She's just gonna sigh and just hope everything turns out alright. Just waking up in her little safe house deep within the town of Lucan.
Okay.
A little to the north of Adamstown. Probably just unable to shake the weird dream that she had as she just decides to make a quick checkup on her van, make sure everything's running good.
Okay. And for Kit?
Alright, so Kit's gonna be waking up in the place that her boss managed to put her in. Upon waking up, she'll take a second to find where she kept her dream journal and jotting down the dream and wishing she could have had more time to admire the moonlight and dance. After that, she'll get up, get dressed, and that she'll brew a rose and lavender tea while she, more for just remembrance of her old times, also eats some apple slices with honey while she writes a letter to her mentor, which she has a small box she keeps on the table with all the letters.
So, this mentor, what is the first letter of their name?
E.
Noted. You just simply you write the letter, you put it into an envelope, you write E on the front of the envelope, and then you just put it somewhere. Where would you put it?
She would take a floorboard that she managed to pop out and put it underneath it. And so while doing it, she grabs out what looks like a small little wooden box and puts it up on the floor, putting the board back down and doing her little morning prayers, you could say, with what would perceivably look like, as she takes out the box, a tiny altar, almost travel size. Doing her prayers, putting it away, and putting it back into her little coat pocket she has, on the jacket she's wearing. Then would proceed to get ready to go find her morning meal.
Mm-hmm. Are you
As she is
hunting right
hungry.
away?
Three dots and hunger sort of is
Yes.
coming at her.
Yes, indeed it would. You use the simple. Now, you cannot complete the day on on an empty stomach. It is unbecoming of a lady to go so far. What would happen if you slipped up at any point? It would reflect poorly on your sire if you were to make any mistakes.
Like normal kid, just rolling her eyes at the beast with a very more indifferent demeanor towards it. Not really hating it, but not really fully accepting its back talk and 2 cents.
You'll one day regret the day where you don't listen to me, young kid. You should value the wisdom. You should value my wisdom. I know what's best for the both of us. So check your schedule, my dear. See if there have been any appointments that we can, let's just say, order our DoorDash.
Give me a second, I just whale my elbow off the desk.
Yep. So if you would like, if you are planning on hunting right away,
Yeah.
I would like for you to make a. We'll say that, yeah, you spend some time. Your frequent hunting ground at the moment is a small little garden area that does frequent tours for people to look and pick flowers. You're quite familiar with one of the people who owns this establishment. They even have given you the back door key. Even a fancy back door key with the top of the key looks like a golden rose. But yes, you can go if you would like to make either. Depending on how you are going to be approaching this hunt or this trap. Charisma performance, manipulation performance, or dexterity stealth.
Alright, let's do manipulation and performance.
Yep.
If I can click the right ones in the proper order.
Yep.
Mood.
And I think that's gonna suck. I am. Yeah, I would say I have a. What's it called? Specialty of dance. I don't know.
Yep. If you want to try and incorporate it, you could. Again, this is just your current prey is just simply there to have an aesthetically pleasing view of the location of the garden.
You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna save
I'm
that.
sure a dancing lady in the garden as well would be quite the spectacle. Very performance art, in a sense.
Yeah.
So if there you go.
Alright, I'm going to also, if I can power reroll.
Okay. 4
There.
successes. So the guest coming to view the garden looks to be a young woman she she was informed by the staff that it's nice and relaxing to just view and walk the garden and feel the scent of the flowers. Seeing you there, she paid you no mind at first, but the way you danced and the colours that danced around with you were quite enticing. She let you draw close. And then you struck. So you now have digged your fangs into this lady. How much blood are you planning on taking?
How much would 2 do to her?
2 would very much leave her weak at the knees.
Mm.
You know what? I'll take 1 off.
Yep.
I accidentally hit the wrong button.
Oh, you could have taken more. I'm sure the staff here would help clean up your mess if you were to make one.
Kit size. I prefer not making mess in other people's areas. Just courtesy. As I am being allowed to feast here at this moment.
You'll have your run of the place soon enough, I believe.
Soon.
I'll accept it. So you immediately begin walking, like as soon as you finished, you walk away. And before you leave, the woman still on her feet, takes a step back, and as the assistant comes to catch her, and is just like, "Oh, what a lovely experience this garden is. Huh? Where's the lady? Oh, there wasn't a lady, ma'am. You must have been enjoying the scenery too much. Those flowers will do that to you." And you leave the location as if you were never there, with 1 less hunger.
Kit says to herself, that will do for now. I would have preferred more, but it's not my territory. Though it is gorgeous as always.
Yep. So, the next on the agenda, you all need to meet up and discuss current events. So, who wants to help arrange this to gather you all together? And where are you going to meet?
What are our options for a location?
If you want to figure out the best place for you all to group up and meet, it would be intelligent streetwise.
I can do that.
Oh.
Is anything in particular that
No, just intelligent streetwise, nothing specific. You're just looking for a nice little place to go and meet up so you can discuss what happened to you recently, as well as any leads. All of you are open to do this roll.
3 successes?
Kit, if Kit rolls, feel free to give yourself another roll. Just 1d10 for me, Kit.
I did 3 succeed.
No, we'll find out before things go.
I almost did 2 d10s.
I'll just try it, just because.
Yeah. Okay. So Josephine has 3 successes. Kit has 2 successes. Melissa has
Holy
1
shit.
success.
It actually worked.
Silas has 2 successes. What about Penelope?
Penelope's not. Penelope, I know you can do this. I believe in you. Yeah. Roll intelligence streetwise for me.
Fuck it. Streetwise intelligence. I have
Throw it on that
nothing in me.
table.
I had a single point in intelligence is added, and I still got a success. You can do this. I stand corrected.
Will be a failure.
For the fact that I think it'd be kind of cool, I'm gonna say Penelope and Josephine are in the same room discussing it. So what's a bestial failure for Streetwise?
Let me look at the list. Where is the list?
Again,
Is it in-
the list isn't the be-all end-all of what happens, but you can use it
but
as reference.
it gives you,
I'm gonna use it as a reference, but
I'm going to
find it.
I'm gonna pin it real quick.
Josephine got
It
the
is-
most successes, so I think she should be the one.
Yeah, we're just seeing how
Explain.
Penelope gets frustrated at this.
Yeah, but the beast treats the streets like a hunting ground and its residents. Failure, Streetwise failure is the beast wants to pursue, spray, or eliminate a threat in the streets, instead distracting the character.
Angie!
So it's literally just she's too hungry. She kind of just wants to go back to the hospital to eat.
Yep.
Like
I'm going to. This is the first time that I think that you're going to genuinely hear her raise her voice in what's probably been like a month, where she just says, "Penelope."
Penelope will immediately shrink back down.
So, Josephine's suggestions
Thank you.
of clear, quiet locations that she has been to before. You have some options. You can either go visit the temple, which you know is a place that secures secrecy, with many private booths. You just have to tolerate the etiquette. And with the advantage of Kit knowing the place well, you could probably get in there, get a nice private soundproof booth, not worry about people spying on you. Fairly
Seems like
easily. The alternative
Alright.
would be the brewery, which obviously, depending on who's hanging around the brewery that night, you might run into a few people who will try to listen in onto you. Like, if
I'm aware.
Crow or Raven are there, they might
Fucking
try and just
goddamn
chat with you some more. Jonah may be there. Which, I mean, if Jonah is there, he might offer one of his blood dolls to slate someone's hunger. He was so open to doing it before.
Well, I'm not gonna go with that one, anyways.
So the temple.
Yes, and also I don't like some of the people at the brewery, because the last time that we had a conversation, that Crow guy was talking shit about my Baron, and Baron Basalt is actually very important to me as a guy. So like, I don't fuck with them like down talking him like that.
Yep.
So with that in mind, we got phones. I'll give everyone a polite message. The idea of a nun calmly using the phone to ask the Venus location is very funny. But you already imagine what she's like, you know, sweet, hello, hope you're doing well. I think that we should catch up on things, but I think that this topic deserves a bit of secrecy. And given that we are hoping to meet up with Kit, I was hoping that we could use her social intelligence and etiquette to approach the temple, right? The temple.
Yes, the temple.
I will be going there at night. Probably around, I don't know, midnight? Feel free to meet me then. And yeah, that's all. She's going to turn to Penelope and take a deep breath and say, I am sorry. I raised my voice. But we have had a couple situations in which I have noticed that you are giving into impulses, and I don't think that is very conducive to what we're trying to do here, Penelope.
Yes, ma'am.
You are better than this. And Yeah, let's go. Also, really funny. I'm pretty sure you're older than me, but I guess that's the relationship.
This is a dog you are talking to.
True.
Yep. So everyone's going
Are-
to meet at the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Are
So I should start driving then.
Are Penelope and Tabitha like sires or
No,
sires in turn or what?
no. Penelope is just a gangrel, but dog girl personified.
Yeah. Just Josephine is very just willing to help, and Penelope is just girl failure.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is dog and handler.
It is.
Alright.
It is very much. Penelope. To give you an idea, Josephine's like description. I think I have for her is what wannabe, aspiring messiah.
Yeah, aspiring Jesus figure.
So
Okay.
followers are
So-
are usual.
Yeah, no, I'm actually a pretty decent distance away from the temple.
Yeah, sorry about that, Melissa.
Same.
There is a lot of time on hand since. Well, I mean, you all like read the text and like looked at it as like we'll meet at night, and you could feel your eyes rolling through the back of your head.
I said midnight.
Yeah,
I
that's
said midnight.
definite. That's definitely what Silas would do is roll his eyes.
I fucking said
No,
midnight.
you said it. You said meet in the night, and then
Okay.
mentioned midnight.
I did say midnight.
But yeah, midnight does leave you with some time, which I would say would be enough to have covered the Kit's hunt. But if anyone else is wishing to go out and hunt to
I have no need.
grab a bite,
Silas is going to, let's see. First, she's going to text Abby back. What's her name?
Tabby.
Tabitha?
No,
No,
Josephine.
no.
Josephine. Tabitha is the cyberpunk character.
Oh.
Yeah.
Josephine. He's going to text back and say, it'd better if I just type this out. He types text back, Josie ... Please. DLZ.
Josie, please. But yeah, again, you will be arriving. You can head to the temple, but you do actually have time to hunt.
So he's going to go hunt
See what?
in his area.
Yeah,
How does
so,
hunting work?
you can decide where you're hunting or what kind of prey you're looking for, and I will tell you the type of role you may need to do. So, for example,
Okay.
like Silas, you might just like look to like sweet talk someone on the street and get them to a secluded location. So something like manipulation, persuasion might be a handy role for you to hunt. You could be like you are very much like a social hunter.
All right. So Silas is going to go to a human nightclub.
Yep.
And try to sweet talk some of the girls that are standing outside in line.
Yep.
Let's do.
Yeah. So you're
Roll.
and
3
yeah.
successes.
So again, your predator type is Osiris. So you just simply walking on the street will definitely catch eyes of potential of like aspiring fans or people who know you from either social media or know you from like something you've done locally or even some of your works, or some of the works that are in your name, and will simply come and walk and talk with you, like mention that they're a fan of like one of your film projects, and ask for like an autograph. And in that time, they might say, you might like comment on them and like say like, hey, you'd make a great extra in one of my future projects. If we can go somewhere private to discuss this. And they go and follow you, and then one thing leads to another, and then you've sunk your teeth in. So,
You kind of
fortunately,
beat me to the punch there, but yeah.
Yep.
Silas would
now fortunately you are at 1 hunger. So you actually didn't need to slate your beast, but you are in a way. So if you were wanting to bring it to 0, you would need to kill them. But
okay.
this is more of a see that you still got it kind of situation. So while you would still remain on 1 hunger and you just sate the blood, yeah, your beast is simply just going, yeah, we've still got it. We can get a meal to eat whenever we want, even if you're not going all the way. Like, almost as if your beast is popping their collar. We've still got it. We can get a meal whenever we want. Everyone in this town, in this city, knows Silas Warren.
Silas is going to do something a little unnatural than he usually does.
Mm-hmm.
Silas wanders off into a dark alley, and he looks around to make sure no one's noticing him. And he pulls out a knife. This knife is a pretty big knife.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the size of a Bowie knife.
Okay.
He looks at it and looks at his reflection in the knife, and if you were watching from a camera over his shoulder and could see the reflection, you could see there's something different about his reflection. Something not normal. And it's then he mumbles to himself. You can hear him. He'd be mumbling just incoherently about something. And every now and then he would say something lucid. Something like, they don't understand. They'll never be as popular as me. I need to do something about it. And he puts the knife back in his pocket. And he jumps, uses his vampire powers, and he jumps up onto the rooftops and starts leaping from rooftop to rooftop into a quarter of where a seedier quarter of Dublin where the humans are.
So first things first, I would naturally need you to make a roll for this.
Okay.
I need you to make dexterity athletics.
All right. Athletics and dexterity.
Morbius jump.
Let's surge. Confirm. Roll.
Yes.
Hell yeah, oomph.
Very little difficulty to just begin climbing up to. Not so much like sticking your claws into the roof. You are leaping from like ledge to ledge. It's so much so, it's not like you ran straight up vertically to get to the top, but you perfectly managed to navigate the best places to start that would lead you to the rooftops and the highest point. Jumping over a few places, you start like jumping over. The area you're in at the moment, it's quite difficult to leap from the building to building. So I would require you to make another athletics. Actually, no, stamina athletics this time.
Okay. There's stamina. And roll.
Okay. Also, just to double check, if you're blood surging, I need you to make rouse checks.
Okay.
Already? No, they're already doing the rouse checks, so we don't have to worry about that.
All right.
When you failed, you're hungry now.
Yes. Now you are on 2 hunger, but you jumped over, and as you go and leap, you feel like the rush of adrenaline above you. I'm just gonna roll a few dice.
Okay. I wish I could see the rolls, but
Yep.
all right.
Okay. As you go along and you leap across, there is a hint, a momentary distraction that causes you to begin to stumble and fall. You don't fall off the building, but you land in a way where you have to roll forward to catch yourself on this roof.
Okay.
Hope no one saw you.
I'm gonna try and catch myself then.
Oh no, you're fine. Like you just literally, it's almost as if it's almost as if you tripped on yourself as you were jumping. But there's the inkling feeling that you may have been spotted.
Okay, Salas is going to do I'm gonna do a investigation check.
Yep. So I'd say wits and investigation or wits and awareness.
Two success, possible bestial failure.
Yes. You can clearly see who could have possibly seen you jumping from roof to roof. Looking across, you see another human-shaped figure, also on a rooftop, quite the distance away, for a brief moment before they disappear from sight. There was someone else maybe running from roof to roof on this night.
Spooky.
Salas is going to continue traveling.
Yes, it is getting close
As he
to midnight.
continues, as he's continuing to travel, he has pulled out what looks to be a headband, but is a mask for his eyes, and he ties it around his head to try to disguise himself. And he is jumping from rooftop to rooftop, and he finally stops as his heightened senses pick up someone screaming from somewhere, and he goes to investigate.
Okay. So
another invest. I think this will be
a wits awareness check.
Okay. Wits and awareness. Let's do wits. So what he is looking for is he is looking for someone getting mugged or assaulted, sexually assaulted.
Yes, and you very much find someone is running across. They are like screaming for like, help, I'm being chased, fuck, help. and you immediately rush. As you begin to rush,
I rush across the rooftop and leap down from it to pounce
Yep.
on the person who is chasing this poor person.
yes. So, as you are doing this, I want you to make a
What kind of check would that be?
make a dexterity brawl check. As you begin to leap down, you see someone
Dexterity.
someone being chased by someone who's wearing a balaclava and a hoodie and wielding a knife.
I'm gonna blood surge for this
Okay.
since it's like an attack.
Yes. You immediately
4 successes.
you get in a position in just a way to catch this person with the knife as they are running. You smash into them, so much so that the force of you and the force of them collide into a nearby trash bin. You both
Okay.
you are both like face down in the ground. You are clearly strong enough to get up first. You felt their bones didn't break on impact,
Damn. It's too bad.
and the person they were chasing is long gone. They didn't even look around. They just sort of heard a smash and just both made them run even faster. It's just you and this person with a knife who's just also just like smashed into the side of the trash can. You've left a dent in the side. And they are looking at you, they are just holding that knife. But you are getting up first, so what do you want to do?
And this is the point where Silas totally gives in to his beast.
Okay. So you're letting the beast take the wheel?
I am letting the beast take the wheel.
Okay. I want you to roll a strength and brawl. And your quarry will roll strength and brawl.
Two successes, not too bad.
Yep, they also rolled 2 successes. So you grab this person, that you turn them to face you. You just see the balaclava and their hood, and just their eyes are just exposed to you. They are like trying to cut at you with the knife in their face, like it's brandishing. It's almost as if it's doing more to shave you than cut you right now, as you are just grabbing them and smashing their head in the ground with foaming them in their eyes. I'm now going to do a blood surged strength and brawl check.
Mm-hmm. For me?
Yeah, I'm going to do strength and brawl, but I'm going to make the roll
Okay.
because it's your beast,
Gotcha.
and I am going to blood surge. Because you have said that you are giving in to this beast. Would you feed on this person?
Yes. I'd completely... What Silas would do is if he could give in to the beast, is he would totally drain them until they're dead, and then rip their body apart.
Yep. So, doing this, you can draining someone completely and slating them only drains 3 of hunger. So this puts you back onto 1. You're back to square 1. But the moment you regain your senses, there's no blood, there's no mess, but there is just broken someone in front of you.
I don't think there would I don't think there wouldn't be any mess. I mean, he tore him apart, so there should be gore everywhere.
You drank all of the blood. They are a husk. If you pulled the bones off, it's almost as if the limbs have been torn. They are still in the hoodie.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do that.
It's kind of like you pulled apart a doll, but its clothes were also still attached. The mask is ripped off, exposing fangs so tiny and insignificant that there's no way this person is definitely not kindred. Their fangs are too small, too feeble for them to be kindred. As you tasted the vitae, it was definitely not mortal vitae. There was an inkling of kindred in the blood. Very weak, very faint. You have the inkling of the person you just fed from, that you just diablerized, was a thin blood.
Oh.
Silas would be disappointed because he was looking for mortal vitae.
Yep. There is just a well-decorated pocket knife, as the dead thin blood just is on the ground.
Okay, Silas is going to pick up the body and put it in the
Trash can?
dumpster
In the dumpster?
that he smashed into.
Okay.
He's gonna throw it in there.
As you
He's
put
gonna
it
pick
in, the lid's not closing properly.
No.
Damn it. He's just gonna try and close it the best as he can. And he's gonna pick up.
a few slams. Ding, ding.
Yeah, he's trying to slam on. He's gonna climb on top of it, and jump up and down on the lid,
Mm-hmm.
and then jump back down and grab the decorated pocket knife
Mhm.
as a trophy.
Mm-hmm. And then you're going to leave.
He's going to do one more awareness and investigation check.
Okay.
I mean, investigation wits check.
Yep.
Because that had to have made a lot of noise.
Mm-hmm.
One success. That's
You feel confident. Either that or you don't care.
Silas is going to take out his phone from his jacket pocket and call his driver. And his driver name is... I've been trying to think of a name for him. That's finally settled on James.
Okay.
A missed opportunity for it to be Butler.
He doesn't have a butler. He's not that fancy.
Alfred.
Okay.
Let's do Alphonse. It's not Alfred, but a little more casual.
All right.
Al.
All right.
Alphonse, I like that.
Yep. So, what are you calling them to do?
I'm going to ask Alphonse to come to his location with the car and pick him up.
Okay.
And before he does that, as he's doing that, he's going to ask him to... He's going to request a change of clothes as well.
Right away, sir. Did something happen?
Nothing to be worried about, Alphonse. Just got into a little bit of a scuff. I'm alright. Nothing you need me to be concerned about. We could
Roll.
just meet-
Roll. Roll composure persuasion.
So that was a fucking lie.
Which also after this, I
After,
wanted to go
like-
do a hunt.
Jesus Christ. I would be so fucking mad at you if you go too far.
Yeah, it would be persuasion, composure.
Gotcha.
You're being insight checked over the phone.
Damn it.
Um,
That's not good.
should I perform cleanup, sir?
Yeah, just to be sure. Make sure to bring the flamethrower.
Won't be necessary, sir. I believe you have a certain service you can call upon to make this easier for you.
Oh, that's right. Can
Yep.
you get the interns down here to clean up my mess?
No.
That'd be greatly
Yep.
appreciated.
This will specifically because of how big of a mess and how risky of Masquerade violation this is. This is going to use your Baron's favor. The only
How
way
many
to
Baron's favors do
yes.
I get?
You have just one at this moment that you can cash in at any point. Because of the severity of what you've just done and how big of a Masquerade violation it would be of you doing what you were doing, or you couldn't disguise it as someone doing like parkour, but the
I
vigilantism and you just becoming Daredevil doesn't. And also, well, not so much
Understood.
Daredevil, you becoming Punisher.
get it. I'm Punisher, yeah.
Yeah, this
That
is
makes sense.
this is a big cleanup, which is good. Again, a good thing you have that Baron's favor, but now you don't have it anymore. So yes,
Yep.
I'm going to remove the Baron's favor.
Okay.
If you wish for
Alright,
more
that's
Baron's
fine.
favors, do more favors for Baron Basalt in the future. He will let you
I will
become
do that.
very messy if you keep doing him favors.
Okay.
Alternatively, in future, if you wish to get that messy, and also keep it from the rest of the coterie, check out your coterie boons or coterie merits. I have given
Alright.
you a specific merit which relates to your mentor, which is Rocco. You currently have 2 dots in Rocco, which means you could spend those points to try and request something from Rocco. Again, Rocco has got some leeway in the police force. So if you need like evidence destroyed or a body gone or information, you could call
Okay.
upon Rocco, who is
Okay.
perfectly fine doing shady cop business for the sake of maintaining the Masquerade. And he's not really like Marshall. Maybe he would have been a bit annoyed at you. Kindred, who's overextending their territory, he wouldn't care so much. You kill the Finbald, so he wouldn't give a shit.
Hmm.
Racism.
And for everyone else, just remember you've got status, which is basically your reputation in the coterie and the coterie's reputation. You also have 2 flaws, which is influence pushback, which is the pushback certain groups in Dublin may have against your actions or areas you may be in. And you also have esoteric Baron, which Josephine will find out at some point.
Great.
Okay.
He basically is my dad.
Yes. But yes,
Don't make fun of my fucking dad, dude.
Damn it, dude. I didn't want to know that. Oh.
Hmm.
Think of the
But yeah.
meme. He's my dad. Woogie woogie woogie.
I also wanted to do a hunt. Just trying to find a crackhead.
okay. Crackhead
Mental
hunting time.
bleach, mental bleach, mental bleach, mental bleach, mental bleach.
Real quick.
Just like an awareness dexterity thing.
Just
Just
awareness dexterity. Okay. Let's look for a crackhead. Okay.
I'm gonna let you off the leash, but buddy. There you go.
Just fucking,
That's
you
good.
just hunting crackheads while Josephine is peeking behind the corner.
no. With what Penelope is doing, she is long gone before Josephine can catch up. This is her much more animalistic wise. She is hunting.
Okay. So
I gotta whip out the Kindle and wait for it to come back.
no. Josephine, if you want to do a wits awareness check.
Yeah. Sure.
Because
Melissa's just been jamming to like Def Leppard or something in the van while she
Yes.
waits for everyone to show up.
well, Penelope has found her crackhead. Or more
Mhm.
specifically, their poison of choice is heroin. They weren't so clean about it. There was
Oh, great.
a witness that you clearly see the witness who's seen this. As Penelope, you're
I'm
too busy
good.
feeding, so choose how much you want to take.
I'm just gonna take the one.
Okay.
I'm not training them.
Okay.
All right, real quick.
To forget.
Just a quick walk over with a sigh. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "Child, forget this."
Okay.
And then I'm going to lightly bring them over, and like when they come to, they're gonna be like crouched over like a wall and be like, "Are you okay?
Yes.
Like you passed out." Like basically turning them away from that entire situation.
Roll a charisma dominate.
Charisma dominate
Yes.
for
Yes, for
cloud
this.
memory.
Yes.
Oh. Any other attribute?
Nope, just charisma dominate.
I'm gonna blood surge this because I kind of need this to not fail.
As
Is that a
you
success?
Yes, and you're currently on free hunger.
Yeah.
So, as you look at them in the eyes, and you see their pupils slightly just dilate,
Mm-hmm.
you notice that this person here is a Finblood.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Oh, there's so many. Are there just a shit ton of thin bloods around?
You were made aware of
that's-
this in a previous session.
Yeah, there
That
was.
was-
Oh, yeah, there are. That's right.
Yeah, the refugees. So
it's kind of the current crisis.
so does that mean that I can kind of sorry, Jovi's way smarter than I am specifically about this. What should I do about this? Should I just tell them to be like, don't
I mean,
Like-
at the moment you and Penelope leave, they won't see a thing.
okay.
As you are looking at them and they saw you, they did have a knife in their hand.
What the fuck is going on?
So,
Where
do you
are
want
we, by
do
the
you
way?
want to roll intelligence and occult?
Yes.
And also, if you as to where you are, I have no idea where you are. You don't have any idea where you are.
I'm going to finally because I have 3 hunger, I can use heightened senses now to add
Yes.
2 dice to my roll. So intelligence, so occult,
Yep.
intelligence, and then add my discipline in aspects.
Mm-hmm. So, as you were probably aware of how Finbloods work, their fangs are too weak for them to draw blood the normal way for a kindred. They have to
strong,
cut.
man.
They have to cut someone open with a knife in order to gain access to the blood, so that they can drink.
Ah, so with my mega brain, I'm assuming I'm like, okay, he was probably trying to cut that person open.
Yeah,
and
they were probably
drink
after. You're under the impression they were after the crackhead also.
So we interrupted the hunt. Got it.
Yes, but if you were,
Poor
were to
child.
leave the crackhead there and leave, you would probably have just left that body just lying there for the Finblood to get to.
All right,
At the moment, they will be under the effect of cloud memory, so they will not know you are there.
Okay, I'm going to call Penelope back,
She's going to return.
and then I'm going to have her grab the. I'm going to ask her to grab the body and then drag it into a more secluded alley so no one else will get to it, and then we're gonna leave the. We're just gonna sit that thin blood down right in front of it.
Okay.
Nice little private spot to feed, and then we're leaving.
Okay.
Okay. Penelope will go back and just one-handed try and lift up the crackhead and pull them further into the alley.
Okay. All right, noted.
Poor child.
Yep.
They're
This-
like lost lambs around
again,
here.
So do be aware, this Fimbulid was attempting to feed on your turf,
This is true.
but you are allowing it because this is your domain. You get to decide who feeds on your domain in your area and who doesn't. So you are permitting them. So there is no violation.
As long as they do not kill them.
Yes.
They can drink, but not kill.
Yep, this is your domain. It's probably wise not to let others know that you are helping Fimbulds or allowing Fimbulds to hunt in your domain. Especially of a important domain you're in. The area you're in, it does have nice stock.
Yes.
There are other places the Fimbulds could be going. They could and not so much messing up your ecosystem.
Okay, if that's the case, I'm going to I'm assuming I have something to write down. I can probably quickly leave a message for them, like leave, like do not search here again. Last warning.
Just like do not hunt here, with like a little picture of Josephine blowing a police whistle.
It's just gonna be like an eye. It's just say, I will allow you to make this mistake once. Do not hunt here again. And I will leave it into her thing, and then we will head to the nightclub, and I will again look at Penelope and say, you need to be more careful. You didn't even notice them there.
Yes. Indeed. A good Samaritan duty you did. More anarchic kindred would just break them.
While Silas is in the car, he's removing his mask, by the way, and tucking it back into his secret pocket.
Okay, so we're back. So are we all here now?
Yep. Are we all at the temple?
Yes.
I do recommend that if we have to go anywhere, we grab our disguises and hide them in the moped.
Yeah.
Why the moped?
Because we have a moped.
I don't really drive.
Though I don't have a driver's license, I can't drive it.
Illegal driving.
She's really bad at the cone thing.
I do hit all of the cones.
You really do the cone thing.
I mean, my car's big enough to hold all of us, so.
I have a van.
Walking to the temple after hunting.
I don't think the nun is gonna like the vibes of the guy who atomized the guy like two minutes ago. So maybe not.
We
don't know what happened. We don't know that.
I could probably sense the vibes.
I mean, you have Melissa's van.
Yes, Melissa, you have a Ford Transit.
Yeah, I'm gonna store them in there probably.
You have a blue Ford Transit.
A transit van.
I'm gonna pop over.
Wait, no, it's green now. Remember, I got that. I got it repaired at the Baron.
Right. Well, regardless of where the outfits are stored, they are stored somewhere, and we're going to. I'm going in my num garb because this is official business. And
we're going in the nun garb for now.
Yes.
Anyway,
so
I was going to. I'm excited to talk to Kit again because Kit was a very sweet individual, and I found her.
You have all arrived at the temple. Kit.
Okay.
Would you be so kind as to do your job and explain what the procedure of the temple is like?
Kit sees y'all walk up, and she stands up and goes, clapping her hands. Okay, before we can do this, we gotta go through this. Background checks is the first thing. Clyde is very, very, let's just say, values himself in keeping secrets, but also can let them go if he feels like it. But so after that, we will be given either a full or half, sort of like black reflective. The best I could call it is, from my views, like an obsidian looking reflection.
Okay.
And different clothes. He has always suggested a tailor up in High Street to go. So, Kit looking at specifically Josephine and Penelope might be the best bet if we do that first after I finish the last little bit. All right. Now,
I do hope that they don't have any trouble with Celebres.
I don't know, Josephine. As to be honest, you're the first one I've met, despite hearing tales of our clans.
Quick question: Are you doing this in the car, or are you doing this outside of the temple?
Sort
I
of,
assume
I was gonna say
that
sort of the vehicles, but not like all jammed in them, but like standing away from the temple, but near it. Right.
Not
Okay.
like conspicuously all standing in front of the building, but like having a chat near their car, I'm assuming.
Yeah. You're like in the parking lot.
Yeah, okay. If that's the case. It's also nice to see you again, kid.
It is. But let me finish these so we can get why you brought us here started and then out as she gestures around us here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the next one, there is one. Well, this one is something I'm still personally learning and figuring out myself. But you're able to, I guess an identity for free once. But if you fail, you have to offer give me a second. I gotta reread something. My dyslexia kicked in.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah. Could you like are these like something you've written down?
Do you have little info cards?
Yeah,
Could you just like hand me a little info card so I can read it myself?
Yep.
I don't want to make you repeat yourself constantly.
Kit. At this point, Kit will look and be. I will make one because I still am learning some of these myself. I may have been here for a little bit. It's still a little much to recite, but I'll just she just pulls out at this point a crumpled piece of or folded up nice piece of paper, and is gonna just finish reciting it to make it easier and quicker.
So
Okay,
For everyone
Can you
else,
just copy
I
and
shall
paste it?
recite what the card says, and it is a folded piece of paper. It is titled "Employee Manual, specifically made so that Kit may understand."
Sorry.
The rules regarding the temple that all employees must ensure are enforced. Rule number 1. All kindred must receive background checks before being permitted to enter. Rule number 2. After passing the first step, attendees will be handed either a half-flat black reflective mask or a full black reflective mask. Think of a flat surfaced reflective mask that's curved to obscure facial features.
All right.
And are advised to wear different clothes than they would usually wear while going out, as to not immediately give away their identity to others who they might see in the building in the temple. This applies to rule number 3. Again, the purpose is to purely obscure your identity to both other kindred in the area. So basically, the idea would be nobody would know you have gone into the temple to discuss business because no one would have seen you enter the temple. No one would
That's a perfect idea.
see you inside of the temple because you are not in the temple. the temple is simply filled with kindred who wear the same masks, same outfits.
I get the idea. Okay, so
Their role 3 is
Mhm.
that you may guess another kindred's identity while inside.
Oh,
You only have one free chance.
okay.
If you guess wrong, the person in question may request that you do a boon for them to better improve your ability of knowing who you're talking to.
Huh.
If you guess right, however, you will be given a handy reward once Clyde has ensured that there has been no cheating, as many people have gone in with friends, but at different times, to try and cheat a reward out of Clyde.
Ah, okay, so he's
Clyde-
aware of that.
Clyde is very knowledgeable if you have met a kindred before.
Mm.
He probably has already done background checks on all of you. He's probably aware of you.
I'm
And who
gonna
you
say
are.
knowing Kit probably talked about them to him before.
Yes. Yes. Kit is very scatterbrained and does talk on the job.
It yapping about the slavery, like, she had 3 eyes. It was so weird, dude. Speaking
So I assume they're going to give
The
us
temple, not the.
clothes.
This is the temple, not the brewery.
Yes, this is the temple.
Yes.
The temple
okay.
is basically the temple is above. It is a gentleman's club. Below, it is a small little room or bar area for kindred to go down and socialize if they wish. There are also many soundproof booths for groups of kindred who wish to discuss things privately with zero chance of what they are discussing to have been leaked or revealed.
Okay.
So, like, once you go in and you enter a sound booth, you may do whatever you wish inside this sound booth. Discuss assassinating someone, discuss trying to take over the city, discuss cleaning out the trash. Hell, if you so wish, there are karaoke machines in there.
Hell yeah!
finally,
Nice.
I
But-
can finally shed my.
You would be assured that whatever you discuss inside those booths, no one would know.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
sure
watch,
about that.
yeah, Josephine's gonna calmly. You're gonna watch Josephine learn a little trick. She's like, whenever I have trouble remembering something, here's what I do. She takes this flashcard, right? And then she pulls her headband up and then puts it in the headband. So it's like right against her third eye.
Then, if you want, I'll let you all roll an intelligence streetwise check.
For what?
Oh my
on
god,
Clyde.
not it.
On Clyde? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I assume they're going to give us clothes.
Yes.
Oh,
Whether or
I
not
wanted to bring my own.
I mean, you can go on your own if you so wish. Of who you would know
I
about.
thought of something. I
Yeah.
thought of something really, really funny. I wanted to wear.
Yeah, again, just be aware that if you get sussed out or someone calls out your identity, there may be a situation that may arrive. yeah.
All right. Well,
But let's see if you have any information about Clyde in that nogging of
I
yours.
got 3 successes.
Yep, so-
A singular success.
Yes, so
Do you want to roll?
everyone can roll. Kit, you can
Okay, I
roll
just-
with +2. So you can give yourself 2 dice because you've worked with Kit, you've seen Kit before. You know
You've
what
seen
Kit looks like.
Clyde. You know.
Yeah,
Clyde.
Clyde. Yes, Clyde.
Yeah. It's okay.
She doesn't
It-
know her own character.
The kid scatterbrain. The kid scatterbrain was rubbing against you with little space buns, and it.
I would
feel-
like to, before we go in, I would like to activate Oblivion Sight.
Oh, what does that
Yeah.
mean?
Vampires stand by black, allowing them to see clearly in pitch darkness, perceive ghosts. Yeah, I mean, there's always the potential of specters being inside.
I mean, I got sense the unseen. So.
Yes. Well, again, in your humble opinion, Josephine, you've met Clyde before. He has frequented Baron Basalt's abode, or you've come to the temple before. You know, Clyde is a Nosferatu.
Yes.
You've not seen beneath the mask,
Yes.
so you do not know of his deformities.
Yes.
Kit
and
has glanced at Clyde, so Kit would be aware that Clyde has a very worn down to the bone face, as if his skull has been protruded forward a bit.
Yes, and I'm fairly certain that when I was there, I have continued to keep the very much. I'm not gonna tell his secrets. He's not gonna tell mine.
Yep.
We're respectful. So I'm going to lightly put my hand on Penelope's chest for a second and tap her and say, "Clyde is not the type to perform such devious tricks, Penelope.
Yes.
We owe a guest we owe a guest respect."
Yes.
It's not him. It worried about the others that may be there.
Yeah.
Clyde is thorough.
Yes.
He would not be suspected.
There's not so much hidden cameras around, but there are many cameras around the area. The area seems to have very good surveillance.
Yes. Well. Come
Josephine, however,
Mhm.
I can either discuss something you know of Clyde out in the open, or discuss it in private.
Let's do it privately.
Okay. I will DM you.
I am the seer with knowledge.
Yay.
Okay.
But yeah, gonna need to get those clothes from the temple since I didn't know about the clothes rule, so I came in my usual outfit.
I did,
I
but
like that. That's pretty cool.
I wanted it to be a little surprise for Penelope. That'd be fun. So if I've already been to the temple, does that mean I have my set of clothes already?
Yes.
Okay. I can just throw mine on then.
What is it? Is it like a suit?
Mine?
No,
No,
not that.
it's a pretty dress, probably.
Ah,
Okay. I
Oh,
have
you said
messaged Josephine Clyde's situation.
Okay. Good to know. I don't think it's relevant for us right now, but it might be relevant later. Okay.
So yeah, the image Almina has posted is exactly what the masks look like.
Project Moon Nerd!
This works. Let me see.
You forget I am also part of the Project Moon cult.
hmm.
That won't work.
I know what a sensory deprivation mask is.
Yes.
But yeah,
So, yeah.
alright, I guess if we're gonna go, we're gonna go.
No, it
Let's,
wouldn't take no time for you to enter.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a coin flip, just /R space D1D2.
1D2. Okay.
There you go.
Did I guess or
Alright.
no?
Okay.
Hmm.
Silas is going to take the moment to jump back into the car and get dressed with his disguise.
Yep.
Only takes a moment, doesn't take too long. Comes out wearing all black.
Okay.
All black 3-piece suit with a tie.
Oh yeah, I should probably introduce. I'm not gonna do that now, but I'm gonna turn to Silas and be like, "It is nice to meet you, by the way," and offer a hand to shake.
Silas shakes it back. Nice to meet you. Here's my card if you ever want to get in touch with me before we go in. And he hands them his business card, and it looks like this. I'm going to post it into the Discord channel.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, you all.
Yeah, no.
Go, Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa's just gonna also introduce herself to Kit and Silas. Just
We're all shaking hands and all that.
yeah, getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I was y'all would see Kit wearing something of her usual.
do I recognize this card at all, Incinda?
Roll. Give me a second.
Yes, I would like to know if Josephine is aware of Silas Warren's activities.
Right. Roll
I should go
intelligence
for it.
streetwise.
Background noise.
Satyr, I can
That's
hear stuff
better.
in the background for you.
Yeah, you're doing something.
It sounds
Oh,
like you're
sorry.
it sounds like either you're spraying something or tearing paper.
Oh, I forgot I'm on my iPad because my PC doesn't like Discord still up on
Yeah, no worries.
using phone.
Okay, so
4 successes.
yeah, you don't know. Like again, you are aware of Silas Warren's, the Toreador, child of Thane Galloway, who you've met before.
I've met Fing. I've met her for the best
Yeah,
fucking head.
you have met Thane Galloway before once in Vegas. He seemed
Interesting.
very gentleman-like, very respectful, very good. About the cut of Silas's jib.
Yeah. I'm thinking about what she thinks of Silas, given the information she's been
You
given.
have the impression that Silas would benefit from your guidance. That he has a beast or dark passenger in him. Roll a willpower.
I could have done sense the beast.
Silas is a how best to describe it? Silas needs help. There is something in his soul, or what you would say is the soul, that is of conflict. Now, if you want, Silas, you can discuss this in DMs with me. I want to know the nature of that impulse you had with the vigilantism.
Holy shit!
Okay.
I cracked him open. Oh my god! I didn't realize I was looking that deep. Jeez.
I mean,
Uh,
honestly, if you wanted that information for free, I could literally have just done sense the beast.
Yeah,
It tells me all of that for free.
It's somehow
The
more
beast is-
off-putting that Josephine could just see it.
Yeah.
Without power.
The beast is part of his dark secret, by the way.
Yes.
So I will email you all
Yes.
that relevant.
Yes, please explain your dark secret to me in DMs. I'm wanting to know if it is simply spectral, or if it is actually a part of your history.
Can't believe. It's something else to be able to read a man when he's wearing a full black suit.
Well, I mean, you dressed like you man. You've seen assassins before. You've seen
Yeah.
hitmen. You've even seen serial killers.
It's true. I do have a clan.
You just realized he may need your guidance. He may need you to do what you do best. Although, by looking at Penelope, what you do best isn't exactly what you've been doing your best. So you will do what you try,
Yes.
and we'll leave it at that. Now, for everyone else, you may walk into the temple.
Yeah.
Kit will show you the intricate way to get to the bottom floors. So as you walk along and enter, the first floor looks like a simple gentleman's club and pub. A lot of old men sitting at the table with their flat caps, their pints of beer, and their cigars. As you go down to the lower levels, you begin to walk across a hallway. This hallway has cameras and mirrors across either side. When you get about halfway, Kit will give a little knock onto one of the mirrors, and it will open up. This mirror will lead you down to an elevator. Guide you down. Not very far, but enough to know that you're definitely in the basement levels. As you open up to... Also just to let you know, the elevator itself is also completely mirrored. And has cameras.
Mm-hmm.
This place truly is remarkable.
The moment you go to... As soon as the elevator opens up, there are bright beaming lights and white neon just shining on you for the next hallway. The masks you wear do enough to at least dull it.
Yeah, I'm not. I usually would be sensitive to that, but I think if she's used to it, so she already knew it was coming.
Hey, at least we got the new outfits. Right?
Not exactly.
Right.
New.
Yep. As you begin walking down, you get to the actual area. As it opens up, it does look exactly like a perfect replica of the bar above. Although sitting around it is there are a group of 4 kindred, all wearing the same dark masks and dark suit as you.
Mm-hmm.
As well as a man at the bar who sees you come in and walks around and simply bows and greets you.
I'm gonna bow back. Wait, is that? Hold on. Do I remember if when this happened last time I did that same? It was etiquette to bow.
Do an etiquette check if you want. Intelligence etiquette.
Okay.
Mind if I do like a charisma etiquette roll?
Yes.
Yay. Yeah, I know. Melissa, her usually rowdy self, and knowing that this place demands some secrecy, is actually on the top of her game when it comes to etiquette right now.
Yeah, being polite exactly to the opposite. Okay. Yeah, damn, look at you.
Holy shit.
Okay, so yeah, I rolled 2. Do I remember?
Give me a second.
Yeah, no, you're just gonna see the fucking party animal just acting like a high-class lady, and it probably just blows your fucking minds.
I think Josephine's gonna say, you're gonna hear a little chortle from her.
Without uttering a word, he guides you to the side to which booth you want to book. Because
Nice.
of the 7 booths down here, only 1 is occupied.
Intriguing.
Okay, send out sent.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Yep, I'll read it and I'll check it out in a bit.
Awesome.
Any of the boosts should work.
So, of a number of 1 to 4, place your finger on the tablet.
I mean, I'm gonna roll a 1d4 if no one.
Melissa's gonna just go ahead and pick number 3.
You're gonna see. She's like, I was gonna go for 2.
Yep, so it's Melissa who's placed her finger on it and pressed it down, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The gentleman takes the tablet back from you and points towards the room number you are to go to and heads behind the bar with tablet in hand.
Let's go. She's just gonna head for booth number 3.
So you may enter the booth and discuss amongst yourselves what you were needing to discuss tonight.
All right. I'm gonna wait till everyone's in here, and then the door is sealed. Door's closed.
Silas just kind of flops down on a couch.
Josephine kind of looks at you, and you notice like half a second while they're waiting is that I'm staring at you like a lot. Like I seem to know something. Like I'm just kind of looking at you a little bit unnervingly, honestly.
Melissa's.
Sorry. No, you go.
Yeah, no. Melissa's just gonna sit down all prim and proper, deciding that it's probably best if she keeps up the act while she is here, regardless of the booth.
Committed to the bit, are we?
Perhaps. Sometimes it feels nice to just be a little fancy.
You'd do well to do it more. I think it's a flattering. I think it's charming on you.
Aw.
Well, she's going to glance to Kit. I'm assuming our discussion will revolve around what we've learned from our analysis of the bodies. That was mostly what I wished to discuss with you today. It's important we share information as a coterie. I'm going to turn to Kit Curious and be like, any progress on that, on the book?
Kit, sorry, gives that like, well, would I be able to roll to see if Kit would be able to remember what her and
Does Kit need to roll to remember what happened 2 nights ago?
Does she not remember 2 days ago?
I would say I don't remember everything, so I guess
I can kind of sum it up.
Same.
yeah. I just know it's I can easily at least some summary off of
All right. If you want, we may take we can take a few minutes break, and I
That'd
can
be
use
nice.
this time to refill Seta.
Yeah. Okay. So basically,
Okay, we're back.
Josephine, having been the officiator of the meeting in a sense that she called everyone here, has an agenda for what she wants to discuss today. Besides that, after explaining kind of what they found, what Theta and Josephine found, which I'm going to phrase, I'm assuming just for posterity's sake and for people watching, when we were presented the bodies of some of the men that accosted us both at the docks and at wherever you were attacked during the convoy, I don't actually know the details particularly well, but I'm aware that there were a few casualties in both situations, and when we were given a chance to look at the bodies, we came to a couple conclusions. The first being is that these are not unrelated, they are in fact very related. This is potentially aided by the fact that most of the men that were taken back from the attacks had these tattoos that weren't actually tattoos, they were flesh crafts. When you pulled, their head came off. This also was added by some almost flesh crafted to mimic the features of cybernetics, as if whatever they wished to do, they didn't want anyone to know that it was fleshcraft. Regardless, it can't escape my eyes, and we are here now with this information and a couple other unsettling things that I have noticed. One of which is that I don't know if any of you are as aware, but we have been hearing about this thin blood refugee crisis, and I and Penelope encountered one walking among our turf. It is not exactly common or allowed for them to be feeding on it, but I was mostly worried about the frequency of these events. It seems like they're getting worse. I was curious if anyone happened to encounter a thin blood while they were traveling here.
No, I have. Oh, sorry, you first.
Yeah, I might have run into a couple on the way.
You might have.
Okay, I did. I ran into one on while I was going feeding tonight. They were assaulting just a innocent bystander, and I felt like I had to step in, so I took care of it.
Yeah, so I already know that he killed someone, and the way he said it, I definitely know he killed the thin, but like, he definitely just killed a guy. So I'm going to I'm going to admit the fact that me and Penelope did not kill our thin blood, and glance at you, staring at her a little bit longer. There's not judgment in her gaze, mostly because you can't read her gaze. She's just staring at you for a bit. And then she nods as if understanding, and she says, I see.
I, for one, had not encountered any thin bloods, though I had not left my van until the rest of you had arrived at the temple.
Are you all
That's
aware of the trademark
the-
of the thin blood? Sorry.
That's besides the point. What I'm trying to figure out is what we need to do next. I don't know if we should pursue this thin blood problem, or if we should get into this whole flashcraft thing. Either way, I think the Baron needs to know, because if they're invading our territory, they're going to start invading the Baron's territory, and we're going to have a really big problem on our hands.
Incinda, question.
Yes.
What would I roll for Melissa to know that Fleshcraft belongs to the
Zamitzi.
one... Zamitzi, thank you. I forgot how to pronounce it.
I thought she clarified that. If she didn't, I'm going to...
Basically, so you want to determine if you know anything of what might. It would be intelligence occult.
Yeah.
And
They just mentioned flesh crafting. I just want to know if Melissa would know that flesh crafting is a Zamitzi thing.
intelligence occult.
Yeah, I mean, if you roll intelligence called, if not, just ask me, and I will say it's Samisi.
No, you've not even met a Zamitzi before. Now, if you want, you can bluff your knowledge and charisma occult.
No, she's just going to plainly admit, I have not heard of flesh crafting before. What clan is this associated with?
Zamis. It is a quite brutalist and barbaric form of technical blood magic. But my
Noted.
opinion regarding it does not matter at this current juncture. Regardless, we have two things that we are hoping to stitch together with this. One, what is the significance of these artifacts? Potentially even finding the remaining ones. They're not all gone. In fact, from what I've heard, the docks are locked down, meaning that there is a chance that we could try and get some more. Though, I'm going to glance at Melissa and Penelope, perhaps a little bit more gently.
Yes, ma'am.
Before we continue, I do have a concern of my own.
Go ahead.
You mentioned they use this flesh crafting to basically pretend that they were cybernetics, correct?
Yes.
That sounds like a very advanced technique. I am under the assumption that a higher level kindred, the Zamitzi, would be in on this plot.
That is not a
Roll,
ignorant assumption.
roll a
Do I-
intelligence streetwise.
Can I roll that too?
Yes.
To think about it? Okay.
Me?
Yes.
Both of us. Because she's going to consider what you just said. Nice. Good success. That's my go.
Yeah, 166 isn't enough. You don't, again, you are speaking of things you have no knowledge about, even if you are just simply guessing.
Yeah, she is literally just guessing right now.
Possible bestial fairy.
Josephine, you, they just,
I do.
these people don't understand how serious this situation is. You feel your blood boiling, that you just want to shout at them and simply just say, a Samitsi being here means that the Sabbat are here. If the Sabbat are here, then we and this area is in fucking danger, because there is just never just fucking one.
You are gonna watch. Penelope's probably gonna notice before anyone else. Josephine tense up for a moment, and this is also probably also aided by the fact that she knows Silas killed someone, and he was very like lackadaisical with the fact that he killed someone, which only frustrates her more. Because she's like, that is a zealous understatement. Zamis are not wont to go on their own. This could be a much bigger plot than we are talking about, not even to mention the fact that a Samisi being here very well could mean the Sabbats.
I see.
I will also understand the severity of that. It is not a simple matter. We cannot just sweep things under the rug and she's gonna look at Silas or take care of them lackadaisically.
I was unaware of just what Zamit's involvement in the situation would imply. My eyes have been opened. Thank you.
I would advise you read up. It is important.
I will later.
And then she's gonna like realize for a moment as she sits there, she's gonna freeze as if she realizes already that she's not only overstepping, but she is clearly letting her feelings get in the way, and she takes a deep breath and relaxes.
Okay. So, if you would like, I can. There you go, Silas.
Side. Being in the, I think being in the entertainment industry, Silas would know who or what the Sabbats are. Because according, I think.
Roll a intelligence streetwise.
Okay. Because I feel like being his character as being intelligence street. Okay.
Intelligence streetwise. I'd say you'll know something if you get 2 successes. Yeah, 2 successes.
2 successes.
You remember a time with something you were struggling with. You lost potential actors to this. Actors who would have been really great in your dramas, who were found.
He was when he was with his sire. He went traveling with it. When he was traveling with his sire, they went to Los Angeles and kind of bummed around there for a small time.
Yeah.
And that's how he began to know what the Sabbat were.
Yes. You have had the unfortunate time of seeing the Sabbat's snuff films before. The Sabbat do not do things cleanly as the Camarilla or Anarchs do, and they are much more brutal and vicious with what they do. They don't care for what they do to people. In fact, they enjoy the sadism of it. So you have seen firsthand what Lisa Bott see as entertainment, and it is not pretty. But outside of
In
that,
reaction,
that's about all you know.
I wonder what I would know because of what happened in Moscow
Mm,
Oh, I was
before
gonna
I
say,
got turned.
can't.
Uh,
just thinking about the snuff films would make his inner beast excited.
mm-hmm. Yes. Now, if speaking aside, I will just refresh people's memories on the situations of certain events. So, yes, the artifacts that you did not get from the shipping port are, in fact, within police custody at this time. Not even
Rocco has
Not even Rocco can get to him. Rocco mentioned it to Kit or Kit, Josephine, and Simon, that the best bet is probably to wait it out until an other group tries to take the artifact,
hmm.
and then jump on them or follow their tracks, rather than trying to break into the police stations to get the artifacts yourselves. The situation regarding the Thin Bloods and refugees coming from London is that a lot of the first influx of refugees who came to Dublin, before things managed to be kept in check, did a lot of reckless feeding, and that created a lot of Thin Bloods. So it's not so much that Thin Bloods are from another city or from another town. The Thin Bloods are from Dublin. They are people who were preyed upon in Dublin, who were turned into Thin Bloods because the kindreds who were hunting them accidentally killed them, and in a state of panic ended up turning them.
Lovely.
Dogs.
So now we have overpopulation problems here in Dublin.
Basically.
The overpopulation seems like a consequence of their mere existence.
You know, that
Perhaps
reminds me.
we're-
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Continue.
That reminds me of an interesting little memory from when I was still mortal. My dad used to say, would take me out on hunting trips and said sometimes it was necessary to cull the population of an over birthing animal. For example, if there were too many deer, they would overrun the wolves. And if there were too many wolves, they would overrun the deer. And sometimes you had to make the choice on whether to cull the prey or the hunter.
Can I ask what you mean when you say Paul? And who are you referring to exactly?
Well, someone's definitely made a problem for us, even for the rest of the clans. I'm sure the Baron knows about it. I just don't understand why he hasn't taken any action yet.
Like,
Like, finding the people who started the whole orb, who started turning the overpopulation of the Thin Bloods.
yes, well,
Who started it? I mean, there's got to be someone has to take responsibility for it.
most likely the Sabbat, if I had to guess. They're not
Oh,
exactly known for their intelligent hunting and flawless dedication to ensuring that no human soul is left murdered.
I don't think we should really question the will of the Baron.
Yes, I also don't think that we should be speaking about human lives as culling. It almost made it sound like you were saying that we should cull some of the Thin Bloods, which I do say I'm extremely relieved you are not saying that. We are in trying times. We should not wish for better times. We should be better people.
Can one not do both?
No,
I
not in
disagree.
not in my view.
Would somebody like to make... It's a good roll. Those who agree with the idea of culling, I want you to roll resolve and subterfuge. Those who want to find another path, I want you to roll wits and streetwise.
Oh, I didn't roll yet.
I'm gonna blood search that.
Okay.
Joseph is saying, what's going on with your rolls tonight?
Someone has opinions about this.
Well, it's
How
not a
do I do
bestial
the-
failure, so
How do I do the
blood search.
blood search again?
When you
There's a
press on it,
box.
there's a little tick box to say blood search.
I rolled 2 successes. I'll take that.
I also rolled 2 successes.
Yep. Kit and Sailors.
And then arouse for the blood search.
Think of the brewery and 2 specific kindred there whose ideas aligned with yours. Not so much the culling of Finbloods, although Finbloods are a problem though. You shouldn't kill them too much because you risk causing Gehenna. But
Yeah,
if
I
they're...
don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill them off outright. I just want to like reduce, just
control the situation.
yeah,
have
control the
recommenda-
population just a little bit, but not like overboard.
Again,
recommendations for those who didn't
but you...
uphold.
There's partial blame thrown upon the people, the kindred coming from London who are being reckless and are acting reckless and have created these Finbloods. You are under the idea that yes, they're currently some of them, the ones who can be accounted for, are in the flood bank. And whether or not any of those people there are responsible for creating these Finbloods, or these new Finbloods, because there's always been a Finblood group in Dublin.
They've always been a population.
Yeah.
You're not,
They've always
Yeah.
been a clique.
Yes.
Not everyone in the city is a careful hunter. There is the very common slip up of, oops, I've killed them. Give them their blood in a panic, and poof, Finblood, because you are already of a diluted bloodline. Because again, so for example, any one of the 13th generation or 14th generation has the risk of, when they turn someone, they will most likely be a Finblood.
Mhm.
Which is why people of the kindred of the later generations should not consider having a child. In a sense.
Yeah, I'm curious what my possible bestial failure with the 2 successes is making me think right now.
Yep. Yes, so you got 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
You are of the impression of maybe heading toward, like, consulting the group, like, find out where the Thinbloods are hanging out and are doing stuff or congregating. Because to be honest, Thinbloods normally hunt in packs because they
Yeah.
can't hunt alone.
Yes.
There's also the case of the Flood Bank, who it's being run by some kindred. Silas, you definitely know one of the kindred who is running this, who's running the Flood Bank. You've most likely heard of Benny, who is another Toreador. She is currently in charge of organizing the Flood Bank to keep the kindred there, make sure that they're well sheltered and fed, and that they aren't in, because if they go out, then people are going to literally just go out and literally hunt and kill, and whether or not they actually kill the right kindred is going to be an issue. There have already been incidents of mistaken identity. Kindred have been disappearing.
Yes. And I'm assuming the bestial failure is like either looking at the people who
that's not bestial failure. If just to let you know, possible bestial failure is if that roll was a failure, it would be a bestial failure, but you didn't fail the roll.
Oh, but I didn't fail the roll. Okay.
Yep. That's why it says possible bestial failure.
Okay, I wasn't sure how that worked, but yeah, no.
What would Melissa think with her successes?
Give me a second. Let me find out what you rolled.
Which one did you roll? Streetwise Wits. Oh, you rolled 2 successes.
I rolled 1 because I did a token thing.
Okay.
Oh, where are my notes?
I had a blood surge.
So what did you, Melissa rolled?
2 successes as well.
You're also inclined of looking at the situation of, like, maybe heading and talking to the Thinbloods about stuff, or heading to the Flood Bank one day.
I am going to voice my opinion because I've already been very vocal this meeting, and I will continue. And I clearly have feelings about this. I can only see one path. I can see only one acceptable path forward. While culling may solve the problem, it may also lead to more innocent deaths, which we don't need, especially as we are the barons that keep the peace, not destroy it. With that in mind, I propose that we head to the Flood Bank and perhaps look into the thin blood problem at its core. Perhaps there is another way that we can handle this that we are simply unaware of.
You want to take a more diplomatic approach?
Of course I want to.
I can agree with this. I know that probably sounds rich coming from the woman that just was known for hitting people with a van, but...
Yep.
We're gonna have to do a persuasion and charisma check against Silas for that.
Yep. So it would be charisma persuasion versus. So Josephine would need to do charisma persuasion.
Yes.
Silas, you would need to do composure. Are you arguing that your way is better than theirs, or are you trying to just not be swayed?
I'm just trying not to be swayed.
Composure,
like
insight.
May I do
doing
the
would
charisma
have to
persuasion?
persuade me.
You may try.
Composure and insight.
Yep.
I would like to try the charisma persuasion.
I will say there will be no messy criticals or bestial failures with this. You can willpower reroll. if you so
Okay.
wish.
Big
Yeah,
successes, damn.
Have a bit of a silver tongue.
Alright, 2 successes, but you can willpower reroll 2, which wouldn't be enough.
Alright, willpower reroll. We'll use 1 willpower.
Okay. You still wouldn't be able to beat
So
5 successes.
okay. Alright. Solace is willing to go he'll humor that plan.
Thank you for keeping an open mind.
Mm-hmm. I will say for Silius, you don't have
Silas.
to, Silas. You can always just go and consult Raven, Crow, or any of the other brewhar in the brewery about this situation. Maybe go there one night, say, "Hey, we had this. I was chasing down this Fimblet who was hunting in my turf."
That's probably what he would do. I just forgot their names again.
Yep. They are Raven and Crow.
Fucking hate Crow. I hate that guy.
And there, considering the brewery, there was also Jonah who was there, but he's not exactly a part of the gang.
I don't really get it. Jonah's kind of cool. He's
Jonah's-
it's good for Jonah.
Jonah's I'd say Silas is most friendly towards Jonah, and then
Less
Raven.
friendly or more friendly?
more friendly with. He's more friendly with.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I just completely forgot his name. You just said it, and I completely
Jonah?
forgot the name. Not
Yep.
Jonah. Yeah.
Jonah is the Toreador, and Crow and Raven are the brewhar.
Character poke. Did you, you probably are referencing, but with Crow and Raven, is that a Ruby reference a little bit?
No.
Because yeah.
I think it's
Just
just birds, Testy.
Yeah, it's
They're
just
just
birds.
birds.
It's birds.
There's also
Used to
There's a-
fit with 2 characters from that show that had the same names.
Well, yeah,
there's
but
also
birds.
a good movie called The Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Even though it is a crow with a Q, because I am a
Jonah.
edgy bitch.
Fruha are edgy bitches.
all right.
Give me his-
I will say, Josephine's gonna look at Melissa, and you can't see her expression, but she gives you a little nod that suggests that she actually likes you more. She appreciates what you said.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, she participates in sex before marriage, but you know, she's okay.
So, as you,
I have a
go
So I have
Silas.
I have a really quick out of character question related to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is in Vampire the Masquerade, can
Yeah.
vampires get pregnant?
No.
No.
No,
That ability is lost when you're turned.
Ah, gotcha.
that just wouldn't make sense.
Child
I just got
are basically when you embrace someone, when you turn them into a vampire. The term for them is child. CHILDE. No.
I don't
Okay.
think. I'm not sure if Damphiers are a thing in Vampire the Masquerade.
No, they are not.
They're not.
Alright. I was
They-
just curious because you said child. I was like,
Yeah.
what's the difference between a born vampire and a
Nah.
Wait.
like?
Nah,
'cause
it's just
I don't
child.
usually call them.
It-
I usually don't call them child. I usually
Yeah.
call them spawn.
Hmm.
Wait.
Eh, same thing.
Actually, apparently Damphier are a thing.
Not in
Yeah.
this era.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they got wiped out.
Yes, also not in my world of darkness, then.
Yeah, not
Fair enough.
my
They
world of
exist in
darkness.
World of Dark. They exist in World of Darkness because I was just curious.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into
Understood.
it enough, so at
For
the
this
moment.
setting, we're pretending
feel
they.
you.
Yeah, for this setting, we're saying they don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Then that
Anywho.
answers my question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So I will say that the scene has been interrupted by a knock on the door, as the man who was behind the bar has entered and looks specifically at Melissa and
Do you request something?
lifts his finger up in the air with his index finger pointed up, and with speed whips it down, pointing directly at you, Melissa, and simply says, "Melissa Romani, I require a boon of you."
Speak.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yes, so, Melissa, your identity has been revealed. He is requesting that it is common policy within the temple that you must remove your mask to prove whether or not I am right in my assumption.
That seems wrong. Didn't we have to wait for what's his name?
Yes.
Kit, you would be very much aware that this is Clyde.
Oh, that's. Oh, I would know that,
Wow.
and I would lightly tap Penelope and be like, no, that's.
The incredibly skinny build, and again, his hand is exposed, so his hand looks more skeletal with just flesh on it rather than an actual hand. If you would come with me, we can discuss the arrangement.
Very well. I suppose I must. As Melissa's just gonna stand up and head with Clyde.
Ah, yes. We may enter into another booth if you so wish, madam.
Good luck, Melissa. Solid says.
Very well. Another booth it shall be.
Yep. As you walk along, you notice that the group of kindred who are talking out in the open in the bar area turn their heads towards you and Clyde. Can you roll, if you want, you can try and roll wits awareness or intelligence awareness.
I'll roll wits awareness because I have much more wits than intelligence.
Yes. Nope. Black masks. You can't poke through them.
I was curious. I figured I was peeking from while this is happening. Can I try to do an intelligence awareness of the people staring at Melissa?
No, because there is a corner U-turn.
Okay, never mind.
You can't see the bar as you enter the next booth, but he simply goes down and goes, "So, Melissa, I am very aware that you are a reliable courier.
Indeed, I take some pride in it.
You have routes you have taken in the past?"
A few.
Question. Have you frequently done any deliveries for the Bruja group in the Green Hills?
Melissa would probably remember this, but I, as a player, do not. Would this be a yes or a no?
It depends whether or not you answer truthfully or obscure it.
She will answer truthfully since she is a guest.
If you want first, do a wits and streetwise.
Wits and streetwise. Let me just do the ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Where is wits? And then there's streetwise. Right. Streetwise, and then wits. 2 successes.
Okay. So, you have delivered there before. You are aware of the Bruja. You didn't... There's not just a Bruja there. You did have been aware of some... You've definitely been delivering certain packages that let you know there are also Nosferatu in Green Hills.
Yes. I am aware of the group. I am also inclined to believe there are Nosferatu within the area.
Ah, yes. Yes, indeed. I had thought as much. But I thank you for correctly answering my assumptions. I would like you to make certain deliveries in that area.
Believe that can be arranged.
He gives
No.
you 2 brown parcel wrapped packages.
Mm-hmm.
You need only drop these in 2 specific bins.
I see. And these bins are located.
He shows you 2 photographs of 2 public bins. They are on one side of the same building.
I see. I will take the photographs and check on the back to see if there's like a map or a name of the location.
Nope, you only have the photographs
Not
of.
much to work off of.
It's a community center in Green Hills.
It might take a little while to find the correct community center, but I will deliver the packages.
Ah, yes. I trust that you will.
I
And upon
do
doing
have a
so, we will see the boon is complete.
Mm-hmm. I do have a question for you. How did you guess it was me?
Ah. I shall... So long as you promise not to reveal the secret to others. You left
the
your
seal.
mark. And I, scanned your fingerprint in the database.
Trixie. Don't worry, the secret is safe with me.
Yes, I'm normally not one to do this on my customers themselves. I find it quite rude and inappropriate. But I was in need of a reliable courier. So, I hope you may apologize for me exploiting the system in this regard and maintain your own secrecy in keeping it.
I will.
Thank you. Now, since you are keeping a secret from me, I may work around revealing a truth for you, should you name it.
I'm going to think, what would be the most useful thing to ask here? Any recommendations from the other players?
We're not there. I don't know.
We're
Yeah,
not
you
there.
can ask out of character if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm asking out of character for ideas for a important truth that could be revealed here.
Fucking, what's it called?
I suppose the Macy's in the area.
Very good
yeah.
idea. Melissa will ask about any Zamitsi in the area.
Ah, you are asking about that. Well, I suppose I am doing the good duty of the Baron by giving you such information. Though I will ask you again. Do not ensure that this information got out. But I am
Of
aware
course.
of not so much a direct location of them, but I am aware of the situation considering a certain prosthetics research at one of the local hospitals. Perhaps the members of your coterie who are more inclined of visiting those hospitals could pry further and find more information about the doctor who is working on these prosthetics.
Indeed. With your permission to bring this up with the coterie, of course.
Yes, you may. Although I wish you do not reveal how you got this information, although they may guess themselves. We will
No
consider it
worries.
sufficient payment. But it will be known if the secret of how I reveal people's identities and game my own system is revealed, I will know about it. There is very little I know I do not find out in this city in time. Let's talk. And while I do not rely on my fellow clan, you notice his bottom jaw widens and splits horizontally
Jesus.
and then claps shut. Sorry, the word is not pleasant for me to speak. I have a handy network myself.
No worries. Rest assured, if the secret is leaked, it was not from me.
Yeah. Puts his hand up his head as if like his jaw did not shut properly and click. Well, I shall not keep you waiting.
May you have an excellent night. And with that, Melissa is going to return to the group. And just sit down.
While Melissa was chatting, Solace has gone ahead and decided to smoke one of his cigars, just out of pure boredom.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa will return, sit down, and reveal the information she is allowed to share.
Oh, man, says Melissa. So how was the talk with the boss?
Very pleasant. Very polite man.
Clyde is a good fellow. I am a fan of him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Quite intriguing on how it works.
Yeah, as the smoke comes out, as the cigar gets close to Josephine, you're gonna watch her like you could almost feel her nose wrinkle as she like waves it off, like annoyed.
Yeah. I
She's not like
did overhear some information while we were talking, though.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly about potential for the Zenitsi. Apparently, the hospital ring has a prosthetics research going on.
Oh,
Huh. I'm gonna glance to
that's
Penelope.
interesting.
Well, we have our end.
That is true. Though I do not know how far we can get in.
Do not
Well,
worry about it.
you have Simon, so he could probably aid as he is the one who, well, dwells in that morgue.
Listen. I'm an experienced coroner as well. And listen, my dear Penelope, when you are doing the Lord's work, things will work. When you're doing the Lord's work, it is hard to stop you.
And as for that boon he asked of me, it's just a quick delivery.
Lucky.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Well, if you need a distraction, I could provide that.
No need.
Let you get the coroner, get you into the coroner's office.
I just need you all to, well, actually don't need anything. What I'm trying to say is, words are hard. I'm just going to be taking off on my own direction once we're done with this meeting.
That's fair.
Suppose we all are.
So if the meeting is adjourned,
Yes.
Yeah, for now.
you may all leave, whether or not you leave together or alone.
I'm gonna have Penelope come with me at my flank because come on. Are the people still there?
The group of 4,
Yeah, the group
yes,
of 4
they are still there.
Can I now roll an intelligence awareness as I'm leaving?
Yes.
Solace is going to hang out with Kit.
I am going to use Sense the Unseen again because I really want to or not Sense the Unseen, the other one, Heightened Senses.
Yeah.
I am curious. This is a lot of dice, my friends. I'm hoping that I succeed.
Yeah.
Is 3 successes enough?
Not enough to ascend an identity.
I'm going to reroll with willpower.
Melissa will probably be leaving on her own.
Okay.
Reroll.
There we go. 5 successes.
5 successes. What heightened senses were you using? Were you using hearing
No, I
or
didn't mean to do that.
We're using
Is
hearing
there a-
or...
I don't think it tells me to distinct.
Yeah, it basically will tell you whether or not you're heightening your sight, hearing, or smell.
I figured this was probably my hearing, right?
Okay, so as you go in here, you dead silence. However, from one of the people there, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. One of the people there has a heartbeat.
That's
Can I mull over in my head any identifying, like, can I try and discern who this person is off of just
Nope,
the fact that
you
they are
only
a
have
human?
discerned that they are mortal. But it would be, again, it's kind of tricky, but like, say, for example, someone using heightened senses smell could probably discern who Silius is behind his mask because of the cigars he's smoking.
Good smoke. Yes.
But this group here, you don't see any distinguishing like tattoos or anything or mannerisms reading. You're
Okay, so-
relying purely on your hearing,
Mm-hmm.
and all you've got from one of them is a heartbeat.
What could I do with that?
You could inform Clyde that you hear a mortal in the building.
Is that do I know if that's against the rules?
No, but a concerned customer couldn't show concern of any potential breaches.
I'm going to walk back towards Clyde and ask, I have a concern.
You're concerned. Are you concerned about the mortal among that group there?
Yes.
You need not worry. I have been well informed that that person there is a ghoul of one of the clients.
Intriguing. Thank you. I'm going
No
to
problem.
slightly walk up. I now have more information.
Yep.
That's a ghoul.
Yep. So a ghoul is obviously a mortal who has been enthralled by a vampire.
Yes, and I'm thinking about it. Do I know anyone who has ghouls?
A lot of people have ghouls, to be honest.
I have ghouls.
Yep. Also, while Josephine is doing this, does Kit want to discuss anything? Salas want to discuss anything with Kit?
Not really. He's just kind of hanging out with her. He enjoys her presence.
Want to turn on the karaoke machine?
I don't know about that.
All right, I'm gonna probably tell Penelope to leave, but as we're leaving, I'm gonna glance at her and say, "There was a ghoul. I could hear their heartbeat. Intriguing, is it not? Perhaps that might be information that might help us later."
I guess.
I'm not talking. I'm talking to Penelope. I'm talking to Penelope.
Oh,
I thought you were talking to Silas.
No, I was talking to Penelope. Sorry.
Ah. Oh,
I figured because we were walking out.
that's true. We were walking out. Oh, could you repeat that? Because I did also kind of blank out for half a second
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So like as we are walking out, as we're walking back to like get our clothes from the car and like change out and leave, I turned to her and I said, "There was a ghoul in there. Did you hear the heartbeat?"
I did not. I wasn't paying attention to see if there were heartbeats or any living things there. I just assumed that it was all vampires.
Well, certainly doesn't cut down our mystery for an obnoxious amount, but definitely makes it easier, if that information ever is required. More importantly, I think we must leave and speak to Father Jacobs. We have
Yeah.
some unfinished business.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
that's what they're doing. They're going to go there, and Josephine actually wants to have a conversation with Father Jacobs and Penelope about the fact that she walked in on that,
Yep.
and they never got to like
Okay.
actually talk
So
about it.
let me just hand the floor to Kit. Kit, is
Mhm.
there anything else you're wanting to do tonight?
Oh, Kit's gonna be sitting there working the night.
All right. So are you wanting to do more research on the book?
Between that, but also working the temple.
Silas is gonna stay there for about another hour and then leave to
Mm-hmm.
go to the brewery because the whole thing about him getting pointed out kind of unnerves him a little bit.
Okay.
So he's not gonna stay long.
Okay.
He's gonna stay for an hour, kind of keep Kit company so she doesn't go out of her mind.
Yeah.
And leave
Okay.
after having a drink.
Melissa, is there anything else you're wanting to do?
Why, I did promise to make a few deliveries, of course.
Okay. So, since the party has been divided again, we will go in order, starting with Kit. So, Kit, you are still in the bar.
Working.
You get a call to go and speak with Clyde.
The sisters and that sort of like the crap, did I do something wrong? And goes to where I guess Clyde's office is, or where he told her to go.
Yes. Yes, Kit, thank you for your gracious help tonight.
As always.
Yes, the delivery girl will be quite handy to me.
She is something, I'll say that.
Yes, it's quite clumsy for someone to just simply leave their fingerprint on our tablet devices.
Yeah.
Perhaps you should address such a security risk with them in future.
I will.
Thank you. I trust your continued good work in this establishment. You may still continue to work in the upper bars.
He kind of talks like Rex Royale.
I'm going to look that up out of character, to be honest.
No, it's
It's from Cyberpunk.
voice. Yeah, it's a character in Cinder voice specifically.
Oh.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
If
Anyway,
you guys don't know what that reference, look at the Cyberpunk Cinder
Look here.
section. It's in the NHP, YouTube. Look it up. Thank you.
Plug here.
as for your good work tonight, Kit, if you're feeling a bit peckish, I believe we have already caught someone.
That would be very wonderful at this moment.
Yes. Just head up into the usual room and you will find them there. Also, I have continued that inquiry you asked about. About Madam E.
Yes.
I'm afraid she has not visited Dublin recently. Her last sightings were in Belfast. She may, perhaps at this time, be in France. But I'm sure she will come and visit the Emerald Isles in time to see your good work.
I do hope. I do.
Yes. I trust you will assist me with a further matter so I can keep that from V for you.
Kid at this point just nod because their minds off thinking about Madam E and all. the
Yes.
learning she's learned from her and all of the fun times, and just wishing it was then and not now.
Yes. Yes. And also give my... Give my best to M. Let her know that if she ever needs to let out any unwarranted frustrations, I can arrange something for her in Green Hell.
I think she'd adore that, especially with our last little
Yes.
incident. That was
Yes.
still not used to that with her.
So, you go to the usual room. There
Mhm.
is already someone strapped into that chair with a mask on and soundproof headphones on. Anyone would say that this man is being tortured. But to you, you just see a fat man sat in a chair. Hope he is good on your cholesterol. But you may choose to sate some hunger from this man.
I am going to do 2, which means bye-bye, buddy.
Yes. I need you to make a willpower check.
Alright, I didn't remember how to do that for a second.
Click on willpower.
Yeah. Cool.
You again, so you're slaking 2 hunger. So I'll put you on 2 hunger. You take your fangs off before going any further. Well, you could completely drain him. You know, there's enough in him for someone else to have a meal. Though you are aware, this man is probably dead by morning. Anyway, so that's that. So if you have nothing else planned for the night, Kit?
She was gonna probably wander her way to see if, or send a text over to Simon, seeing if Simon's in the morgue, wanting to work on looking at the book some more.
Yep. You will discuss that off time. So, next up, Silas. If you're there, cowboy.
I'm here.
Yep.
I gotta go run to the bathroom real quick.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
well, I'll skip you and we'll go to
Yeah.
Melissa then.
Skip me.
Okay. Melissa.
So,
Um,
driving around.
Yep, driving around. Are you going to try in any way to peek the packages?
Nope, she is a good, honest delivery girl. You ask for secrecy, she gives you secrecy.
Okay. So, it doesn't take long for you to actually suss out the locations you need to go to. So there are 2 bins that you have to drop these packages in.
Yep.
Do you do so?
Yep. Do so, no fuss, no muss.
You go in, you put your hand into the bins and drop the packages with a simple thud as they drop straight down. You hear the sound of crumpling trash as they hit the bottom.
She's
But both have been
guessing
delivered.
it's like a. Yep, she's gonna just guess that it's like maybe a delivery system for like Nosferatu to get packages without having to risk a Masquerade breach. Head back to her van, put on some AC/DC, and head back to her 3rd safe house.
Okay. Now, Josephine and Penelope.
yeah. Time to talk to Father Jacob.
One thing, I gotta get the organ. I gotta get the dark grim organ. All right, we're here. Yeah,
I'm back.
Josephine would definitely. Oh, Cowboy's here. Do you want to just do Cowboys first? Or...
Yeah, we'll finish Josephine and Penelope first, and then we'll go to you, Cowboy.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I'm going to walk into the church calmly with Penelope at my flank, and I was very clear that she's not gonna fucking leave. She's gonna come with me.
Yeah,
And,
this is very much forceful talk with the father.
Yeah, I'm going to find the father.
So, you going at the father, you have disturbed his good night's sleep. As you know, he's been a bit anemic lately.
Yes. It hurts me to do so, but I can't just sit there and sit on this.
You can't let an old man get his bloody sleep.
You know it doesn't bring me pleasure to do this, Father Jacobs.
Alright. So, let's discuss it. You know, I have no problems from you feeding from me. If so long as you needed Penelope. So we have an agreement. But what was the situation that brought you that brought that on?
Me indulging the beast a little too much, acting far too rashly.
Doesn't mean you didn't realize how bad it was, but she looks stunned.
And how did it feel for you when you indulged the beast?
Correct, but also wrong. It felt, for me, it personally, it felt wrong, but it also felt far more natural than it should have been.
How far are you willing to go to make this right?
If I kill anyone who comes to the church at all ever, I want you to stake me.
It won't come to that.
But if it does...
It's not going to. Josephine kind of raises her voice and looks at Penelope, with almost a hurt expression, I have taught you far better than for that to be your ending. I refuse to believe it. Did your oath mean nothing?
Jacob's already anticipating this. Is going to place some photographs on the table.
What are they?
They are photographs of kindred activity and masquerade breaches.
What is this?
Penelope. And
Yes.
he points on the photograph. You know what to do.
You don't mean...
Yes, sir.
Jacob, surely this can't be the only option.
A old friend got in touch with me. Mentioned that he's bringing a cell here to hunt a specific quarry. I told him I'm going to be handling this.
Alright. Are you sure you're in condition?
I'm good enough of making sure this is going to be handled.
If you need my aid, you only need to ask.
Penelope, do you want to look at the photograph?
I do. What is in the photograph?
Wits intelligence. No, not wits intelligence. Wits academics.
Oh god, this is horrible.
You could always just show it to me.
Yeah, you can see it as well.
Yeah. But I am also gonna blood search for this.
Yeah, roll it first to see if you even need my help, but... Alright, wits and... You said intelligence academics or wits and academics?
Wits academics.
Okay.
And then rouse check for the blood surge, I believe.
Already did it.
Oh, it already does it? Okay.
Yeah, the one above.
Yep.
3 successes.
So you imprint the image of the picture of definitely a kindred feeding. Messily so.
Wonton.
The suit,
Oh, sorry.
the suit being worn, and the look of this person indicates that they are a Ventru. The locations on the other photographs indicates that this happened in Irish Town.
Irish Town is red, which is in the middle of by the flood
Irish
bank.
Town is by the flood bank.
Yeah, it is.
Irish Town is where the refugees are being kept.
Yeah, it is. A Ventru surrounded by thin bloods feeding on Nestle. The nerve.
This Ventru needs to actually be hunted and killed.
You can see the compassion in her face kind of melts under the reality that this is a monster.
Yeah, at this point, Penelope is also seeing them eat and remembering feeding on father is completely on board with killing this vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna watch Josephine's once empathetic face kind of melt into that inquisitive fire and then turn to you and just give you a nod. There is only one punishment fitting.
Okay. So with that scene, we'll move on to the final one, which is Silas.
You turn off the organ now, thank God.
Okay.
You are going to the brewery?
Yes, he's doing two things actually. Brewery is his second stop. The first stop he's going to make is he's going to go back to his condo and take Winston out for a walk.
Okay.
Winston has been cooped up inside all day, and he needs his walkies. So he's going to take Winston out for a walk.
Okay. I want you to do... Before that, I need you to do a charisma animal, Ken.
See what my animal kin is.
Yeah, animal Ken is 0.
I've got to find it first.
Top middle.
It is.
There it is.
Yeah, thank you.
Found it.
So as you go and bring the lead to the kennel, the dog moves back first as it clearly sees that you are not alive and are obviously a superior predator, which puts the German Shepherd always on edge. But he does relent after a moment. The scent, it's something it's familiar with.
Hold on, Winston. Don't do this to me again.
Just a small little whimper and then just compliance.
Yeah.
So, good boy, Winston. Let's
Yep.
go for a walk.
Yep.
So he takes him that lead,
Takes him out.
and they go, yeah, they go down the elevator and out the door.
Are you exercising the dog or just taking it out to relieve it?
Both.
Okay. So you're just gonna be running with him as well. Yep. So yeah, as I said, just some time of you just running with him side by side, getting a sprint on. You running at a pace that actually does get some work out of the German Shepherd. Can't exactly let him off his leash in the town, but
No.
probably at some point, maybe take him to one of the parks, or take him like further outside of Dublin to give him some really good like terrain and fields to run through.
Yeah, you take him out to the park. There's a dog park nearby.
Yep.
So I suggest he would go there. In the dog park, and you just, since it's a enclosed area, that's where he'd be safe. Letting Winston off his leash and just kind of take.
So I'd say that's just sometimes you let the dog go out and get some exercise.
Yeah.
We'll say that that's done now. So are you gonna head to the brewery?
While he's there, he's going to. He's going to chat with somebody.
So
His phone has rang.
Yep. So
He's
going
talking on his phone.
so going into the brewery.
He's
Well, let
calling
you know.
someone.
There. Sorry, you go.
He's not in the brewery yet. He hasn't left for the brewery yet. He's
Gotcha.
still in the park, the dog park. He's talking on his phone. He has actually FaceTimed his sire. Let's say he's doing that.
Okay.
So he's talking to his sire. He's telling him what he's been up to lately.
Silas, my boy. How good of you to call me at this time.
I'm just. What time is it for you over there? I forget.
Oh, it's well. Okay, so for clarifications, it's probably about 3 a.m., 5 a.m. for you, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. for you right now. So it's probably about 10 o'clock. He's probably literally just woken up. But yeah, it's so good to hear from one of my. It's so nice to hear from one of my child days so early in the day.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gallo. I've completely forgot about the time change.
No
but-
apologies, my boy. It is always good to hear from family.
So it happened again.
Ah, I see. As
But I'm trying my best to keep it in check, but the beast has been getting a little overwhelming lately.
well, my boy, I am not one to say that saying that keeping the beast in check is easy or even something warranted at times. But I do commend you for going so far into your days of keeping it in check and reducing your killings. I wish my other child were just as resilient as you are.
Thank you, sire. So other than that, it's been pretty good. We've got pretty much a lead over here in Dublin. I don't know if you've been keeping up with the news lately, but
We've had our own problems over here with the Camarilla in New York, keeping things under control. The Anarchs currently trying to get a foothold in Queens, but we
We're
are
dealing
doing
with-
well.
Well, we're dealing with Din Bloods over here in Dublin. Lately, it's on when I went out hunting tonight, we had a little problem with one of them in my hunting area. We're trying. I've talked to the Baron around here, and I have a feeling like I don't know, he's doing really anything really good about it.
Yes,
But
well,
we're looking at.
you do be cautious, my boy. There are always risks of too many Thinbloods in a city. If there are too many of them, so much so that they can overpower a kindred, there is a added risk of them maybe taking a kindred's blood.
I understand that.
I'm
It's
sure
not
you've
so
been
much-
aware of the secrets I've discussed with you before of if a Thinblood takes the blood of a kindred, they become of that kindred's clan. I would hate to see someone such a lowly spawn gaining the boons of the Toreador unwarranted and unconsented.
No more, sorry, it won't come to that. But the thing that really does concern me is we might have a problem with the Sabbath over here in England.
Well, that is something we are all too familiar with in New York. It was only just recently we've had to deal with our own skirmishes with them ourselves. Are you requiring any assistance? Is there a specific clan in mind?
Not at the moment. If you could, though, put in a word for the. One second.
He's going to give you a number and an address. I will.
We have a contract. We have a contact from the Malkavians, correct?
Ah, yes, the Malkavian Primogem of Belfast. I've sent you the contact information and address. If you are willing so far to take the trip to Camarilla Turf in Belfast, I'm sure he would be lovely to see you and offer some form of assistance. Sorry.
Sounds good.
Bleh. Getting too much out of Fane and into Clyde. Need to readjust.
Thank you, sire. I will do that. If you could, please email the Camilla clan. Let them know I'm coming. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'm sorry to put this on you so early in the morning.
It's no worries, my boy. Like I said, it's always good to hear from family. And it's always nice to talk to one of my favorite sons.
Thank you, sire. You have a good rest of the. Have a good slumber. I shall call you in 2 weeks' time. As per our usual agreement.
Yes. And then he hangs up.
By this time, Silas has finished letting Winston goof off. He puts him back on his leash and takes him back to the condo where he puts him back into his kennel. He
Okay.
gives him a treat, one of those doggy treat bun things, and refills his water, and refills his food, and then he leaves for
Leaves for the brewery.
the brewery.
Okay. So, with that, we will... I'm going to end the session here.